Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mark Isaac Butter Presents. Today, we're visiting with the very angelic Den- Denise, who is the founder of Cibus
Yep.
Mission.org. And she does a lot of great work in her hometown of, I think, London, England. No, that's not it.
I wish.
Hagerstown. You're in Maryland, right?
Yes.
I met
It is
I
not
met
my hometown though, but yes, I
Well, I
have
met
been
I
here.
met somebody from Maryland a couple days after we did our last show, so it was kind of fun. So, what do you want to tell us today? What part of what aspect of Cibus mission do you want to discuss or highlight?
Something that happened during the week that I've noticed, and I don't know why it's happening, but and it sounds mean to say, but this isn't a young person. These are older people.
Who should
And
know better?
it's
Who should know better? Is that
who
what you're
should
implying?
yes. And they it's like almost in cultured laziness. And it felt weird. It feels bad to say that. But at the same time, when I start talking about the youth urban farm, I've
Right.
had certain situations that have happened. Uh, for example, when you start any type of work on farm type thing or any work on the soil, you need to fix it. You need to take like a pickaxe and you need to take a shovel and you need to kind of clear out the dirt and kind of level that out and kind of clear it
Yeah,
out
yeah,
with
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those metal rake things. And
Maybe put some nutrients in it and all that. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not I don't know, maybe I've just been so accustomed to this kind of work before that
It's going
I
to take us an hour and a half to get to what she wants to say because
yeah,
she's
it might. Um
uncomfortable saying it.
yeah, it's just one person came by to volunteer and they said, "Oh my God, this is like slave labor." And I said, "It's it's not hard to just rake. That's all
Why?
he
Why
was
would they perceive it that way? Do you think? Do
I
you have any
don't
idea?
know. I think one of the reasons why
They didn't have to
is
come by. They could have stayed home and watched TV.
no, they couldn't because this was part of the alternative sanctions unit. So this is like
I,
instead of going to jail, they do community service hours.
oh, so maybe that's why they like to complain about it.
And
Yeah.
then they like to complain about. But I
What did
also
you?
noticed and it that happened last year. But this week I was talking with some people and they said, "Oh, but how are you going to have enough people to be able to maintain the garden and maintain this area?" And it almost sounded like they were talking about 100 acres of land. It was really, it just the the exhaustion felt within them just imagining
Yeah.
doing this.
How big of a? I have like 2,000 questions. I do interrupt most of my guests because I have so many
Yes,
questions.
please.
So today we're going to talk about the farm, the youth farm area, right?
Yes, I would like to do
Okay.
that a little bit
All right,
more
good.
because
So I have
there seems to be a lot of questions or assumptions that people make when they hear that program. And I kind of want to clear up some assumptions.
okay, good. So uh the youth farm program is one of the newer of your programs, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, that's one thing. And then how how did you manage to make a deal with the courts to send you these peeps and homies from
So what I actually just went to them and said, "Hey, we're a nonprofit. We're new and we need help. We need volunteers on the ground helping us." And they're like, "Cool. We have a lot of people that we need on the ground helping." I didn't know at the time, but it's only people they can only work where I doing physical type labor. They can't be on a computer and be helping in the back end. They can't.
Right,
I
right,
didn't know
right,
that
right.
back then,
Well,
but
yeah,
it's
but
they
yeah.
have to do and I have to physically be watching them. I have to be there, which is fine. Um, and that's one of the things I've always had is when somebody volunteers, I'm usually there with them or someone else is there with them also working. It's not us staring at them. It's
Yeah,
us
yeah, yeah.
working side by side. And another time I had a chance to work with I think it was Shepherdtown University. It's one in West Virginia. Yeah, I think that's the name. And they came in and they worked and they said, "Wow, this was awesome. I loved it here. I got a chance to work with you. You weren't like just pointing to where you wanted things done. You were here with us. You were
Right.
working side by side. And that's so different than the other places we've gone to." And
Okay.
when
Now,
I start talking to, well, okay, so the area isn't big. I have had in the past up to 2 acres of land before in another life. And
right.
here we have less than a quarter acre.
Okay.
So it's a very tiny
No,
space.
no,
And out of
yeah,
that, there's a house on it. So half of that is gonna, and then there's gonna be the newly updated and designed shed and carport area that's going to serve for the storage of all of the materials and all of the bicycles and also the carport, which will be it looks like a carport, but that's where we're going to have picnic tables and we're going to have them actually sit down and have their meal and also learn a little bit or listen to someone come in. So my idea, my vision is to have someone come in every week of the 10 to 12 week classes that
right.
is either a business owner, a member of the community, a police officer, for them to actually see them talking to. But something that I didn't even think about until this week that I was talking with other people is that they said, "Oh, but you're going to spend a lot of money on water." And I said, "You guys don't have barrels where the the so we have and I didn't know we have water barrels, right? Or big the big barrels, and we have them under the storm drains. So and we also whatever water we have that's excess, we put into another or when it rains, we have a big I don't know what it's called in English. This happens to
Just
me
use a
sometimes.
Spanish word.
No, I
Feliz
okay.
Navidad. It's called a
Yeah, there you
taco.
go.
Yeah. I don't know.
Um, the machine they use it for water pressure or when they're gonna
Okay.
clean, and so it's a water tank. It's just a big water
Right,
tank
right, right,
that
right.
people drive around with a truck and they carry it
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we have a couple of those, and so when it rains, right now that we don't have any plants, we just cover it up. But when it
Right.
rains, when it's closer to the time, it rains, it falls in there, we get water. What do we do with that water? We put it on the plants. It makes sense, right? You save
Yes,
whatever water you can. When there's a
yes,
storm,
yes.
we have these containers, the storage things. I don't know what they're called. They're
Whatever,
like barrels.
whatever.
They're huge barrels.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we put whatever excess water from the
Right,
drains in there, the gutters in. So
right.
it's just we don't spend too much extra. There are times where you have to because there's times, but in Maryland, we're lucky enough to have the four seasons. So
Okay.
we don't have that time when there's excess drought. There's never
Right.
too much of any season. Actually, there's
Right.
too little of most seasons,
Yeah.
except winter. Winter seems to be always longer than anybody wants it to be.
Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh. All right.
Yes.
So I didn't interrupt you in any of that, but and of course now I don't remember any of my
I
questions.
want you to interrupt me. Please
I,
interrupt me as much as you
well,
want. I love
let's-
this as a
I'll-
conversation.
okay. So uh let's go back maybe.
Yes.
That would help me. So the youth program is one of the many programs. Now you serve you serve them lunch and you
We
I mean
want
they
to
come out
provide
to
them.
work. How long do they work? How
So
many they come out
for
for
the
a fixed amount of time?
program, we want it to be 2 hours. We want it to be a 2 hour day. So it'll be like every week for about 2 hours. So they have a chance to eat, they have a chance to discuss, and they have a chance to be outside and doing their,
So the 2 hours is both the discussion and the work?
yeah,
They're getting off pretty easy here.
yeah, they are. But if they want to stay longer, they're welcome to stay.
Now, I have like, okay, so when you went to the courts and asked for these people, if you don't mind, I would like
Hmm.
to know more about how that happened because I work with a lot of nonprofits, other nonprofits in other parts of the United States might want to mimic what you've done. Can you tell us how you did it for real? I mean, you went and talked to whom and they said what, and you had to fill out what and
Okay.
all that, if you don't mind.
I am people.
You're in Hagerstown, right?
Yes, yes.
So you went to the Hagerstown court, you went to the county court.
Each town, each city, each area has a um place where instead of giving jail time, they give community service hours. Not everyone has this, but most places do. So that's usually with the state attorney or the department that
It's a
specifically,
building within your town.
it's like city hall type thing.
So it's part of City Hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And within that, you ask for that department.
Okay.
What happened with me is I was just asking everybody all the time, always, how can I get more volunteers? And eventually, literally any person I talked to, I went to pay my electrical bill, and I was like, "Hey, do you know where I can?" I went to the store, and I went everywhere to ask because
Right.
I wanted volunteers, and
Right.
I knew that if I had people it would because that saves you a lot of money, right? If you
Well,
have
yeah,
people,
and there's
it
so much
saves
to
a
be
lot
done. So yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a lot of work that you can get done
Yeah. Yeah.
quicker, quicker, which is true.
Yeah.
And so I was able to locate them and they said, "Yeah, we have but you have to fill out the sheets, you have to be a 501c3 recognized nonprofit, you have
Right.
to uh and then they give you their rules or their guidelines based
Right.
on what
Right.
they consider. For us,
Right.
we had to have a sheet for each of them, and they had to sign every time they came in and every time they left, and then you had to count
Right.
how many hours.
Right. And they get credit for all the 2 hours they're there, even if they're
Oh no,
sitting
that's
down
for the
eating lunch
program.
or
No, that's actually for what I want to do for the youth program when we launch it. This isn't the volunteer hours are separate.
so please make a
Ye-
more uh
the two
I
hours
want to
are
say
for when we have
well-defined
it during the
distinction
summer
because
for the
I don't
kids.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay. For when we have the program during the summer, we want the kids to be there for 2 hours. But the volunteers that came last year to help clear out the area a little bit, they were here and they had certain amount of hours they had to complete. So they could be here up to 8 hours or 6 hours. That's
Oh,
just depending on
at
them.
one time?
Yes, they 6 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. It just depended on how many hours they wanted to be there or how many hours they could do per day. And then we would talk with them and we were very flexible. So if they wanted to be here on a Sunday, for example, for 2 hours, I said that's fine. Or if they
Okay,
wanted to
so
be here on a
they had
Tuesday
some
for four
discretion.
hours.
It wasn't just, I
I'm sorry?
mean, the fact that they worked there was court ordered in lieu of their prison time,
Yes.
and they the person, I don't want to say the convict, but the person had some discretion about when they did their service and how long, how many hours, as long as
Yes.
they got a certain number of hours in by God knows
X
when.
date. Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Yes.
All
And
right.
yeah. And they most of them were good. It was just one that was a bad apple, as usually happens.
Well,
Everyone
you
else
know,
were very
yeah.
nice. They were very respectful.
Right.
They were happy to help. They said, "This is a great program for kids. I like the idea. I want to help
Now
you."
these are not kids though. These are
No, no, no,
adults
no, no. No, these are
just fixing,
adults.
getting the ground ready for
Yes, they were helping us get the ground ready.
the garden. Now that
Hmm.
garden is a youth garden somehow or what?
It right now it's just dirt. It
Well, I
will
know,
be.
but it's going to be used in your youth program.
Yeah, all of the ground around it will be used. Yes.
In what way? I mean, are you teaching the kids about plants or what?
Yes, we're going to be growing only vegetables and herbs. We're not going to be growing flowers or non um what is it called when you eat something? Only food that you can eat, only vegetables and plants that you can eat.
Right. Okay.
That's the ones that we're not going to do flowers or anything
Roses
to
and
prettify it.
chrysanthemums
Yes.
and all that. Yeah.
Although
Okay.
onions are pretty, the onions, purple onions have the most beautiful flower.
Okay. I'll
And
believe it.
most people in this area at least, a lot of people don't know that. And they don't know
Okay.
where plants come from generally, which is why I wanted to start the program.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yes, we want to have onions and garlic and mint, things that are easy to grow, things that are
Right.
hardy, and also teach them about the other plants as well, and to show them how to grow things. We have different
Okay.
areas here where there's full sun and partial sun and no sun, and so they can see the different ways that things grow and when they grow, or if they don't grow, why they don't grow. So there's
Okay.
lots of areas where they can do that. You
Okay.
don't need a big space. You don't need a huge amount. Like I said, this is less than a quarter acre, including the house.
It
And
sounds
this
like
is
an eighth of an acre by the time you take the house into consideration.
absolutely, it might be even less, but you don't need a lot of space in order to
Yeah.
grow food. And
Right. Okay.
that's something that I think not only children don't know, but adults sometimes don't
You're
know.
right. No, it's true. Yeah.
And they have this preconceived notion that if you're growing that you need at least x amount of space, and you don't.
Right. Okay.
And I want them to learn that early on. For me, I knew that, oof, because I used to live in apartments and my mom never didn't have plants. She always had plants. She
Right.
always had her mint. She always had her special herbs, like ruda, which is a Spanish herb,
Right.
cilantro.
Right.
She
Right.
had her little thing, and she had tomatoes, she had green peppers, she had these things always
Right.
around.
Right. Right.
And it didn't matter if we lived in an apartment, a townhouse, a house, it didn't matter. We
It
always
was
had it.
always there. Yeah.
It was
Okay.
always there. So
All
I
right.
never thought that you couldn't grow in small areas. But
Right.
here, maybe it's because we're next to the Pennsylvania, West Virginia area where there's a lot of acreage of land and there's a lot of farms. Maybe that's why. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
But it was shocking to me to to hear that assumption that you need so much space in order to make a small plant. give you fruit. It's just
Yeah.
strange. And I said, okay, that this is a level of ignorance that can be addressed and be explained.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Okay, good. All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Good. So, well, obviously, we're going to have to do a bunch of shows about the youth program, but uh, how many shows can you do today?
I don't know. I can continue. I have some
Because
time.
we have about 5 minutes left in this one,
Okay.
and then what can you tell us? And maybe the best way to use this last 5 minutes is for you to literally, because you're allowed to do this,
Uh-huh.
pitch, pitch. Who is that? One of the cats or the kids or what?
Kids, the kids.
Oh, come here. Can you then they be on camera?
I don't know if he wants to be on there. You want to say hi?
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
You want
I love
this?
that's fun. That's
No?
fun to
You
have
want
the kids
this?
on. It gives a little more something to the show. So
Humanity, probably.
just do a unabashed pitch for people to donate tools or money or time. A time to your
Okay.
you have like 4 or 5 minutes or more. So give us
All
an
right.
extensive. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Denise. I'm the founder of Cibus Mission, and we have a youth urban farm and bike repair program that we're launching this summer. We're very excited about it, but we still need your help. We have worked hard to try to get as many people as possible to help. We have Home Depot coming in and helping us with some material. We have Wegmans, which is a big supermarket, and they're going to help us with beverages and food items. But because we want to provide meal. One of our things is saying this. There is a saying that says, "Give a man a fish, they eat for a day. Teach a
Right.
man to fish, they eat for their life." But
Right.
what if we do both? And that's what we want to
Okay.
do with this program. We want to provide them a meal before they start working, and then they go out, they learn about how to make their own vegetables, they make their own food. And with
Okay.
the bike repair part, they learn how to fix their bicycle. And at the end of the program, they get to keep the bicycle. So they get the transportation they need to be able to feed themselves or go out and do DoorDash or do a side job or learn about mechanics. There's a lot of information in learning about how to use the chain and how to I don't know all the tools.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know all that,
No, but
but
how can we help? Should we
so
donate money? Should we donate time? Do
I would
we do we
love
give
it to have.
tools? Do we give bicycles? What do we do?
So there are several ways. Money absolutely helps because we take $1 and we stretch it super, 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 super.
And
We're
how do
able to
we how
stretch
do
it
we
out very
donate
well.
money? What do we do? How
So
do we
you
get it
can go
to
to our website at cibusmission.org.
you? Okay.
Cibusmission.org/community shows all of our community programs, but there's also one that's for youth programs. And in the community section, you'll see one that says youth programs or cibusmission.org/youth dash programs, which is a little harder
Yeah, yeah.
to remember. But in the community page, you will see right there in the youth programs, we have the I'm sorry, the urban farm and the bike repair. And underneath we have a Walmart registry where you can actually pick out stuff that we still need. And it's a
Okay.
lot. But we also have sponsorship opportunities. You can sponsor one of the kids for us, and you can donate directly to our program. And you can get in contact with me directly by going to info@cibusmission.org.
So okay, good.
So
This
there's
is
many
though
ways
this
you
is
can help
what
out.
we need to know. This is what we need to know. Very nice. Okay. So I really like what you're doing. I keep wanting to break into your conversation to compliment you how did you get Home Depot and Wegmans to? How do you do that? Not
So
everybody does that.
so um people that know me, not know me at a personal level, but well also my husband's funny. He says, I love that you're crazier than me. I'm one
Very
of
cool.
those people that will go up to anyone and talk to them. And
Okay.
if I have a question or need advice or want help, I don't mind asking because that's something that's really hard for a lot of people
Oh,
to
it's yeah,
ask.
yeah, yeah.
And and doors open up so much faster. And also we have luck. I'm not going to say I don't. I am very fortunate. I have a
All right.
wonderful husband who supports my crazy ideas.
Praise the Lord.
So,
Okay.
and my family that backs me up. But if I go up to someone and I ask them for something, sometimes that seems to be the hardest part to ask. But if I can go up and tell them about what we're doing and say, you know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we want to get done. We want to work on this because we know that this is going to improve the community and it'll have extra. It'll go on beyond the
Yeah, yeah,
community,
yeah. It
beyond
leverages.
this
Yeah,
program.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because if you think about it, if the kid looks at the world in a different way, in a way that, okay,
Yeah.
if I work on this, I can get stuff done. I can
Right.
actually do something. I can accomplish something. I can make this into my own business. I can actually make money out of this. So
You're
now you're
saying the
having
kid. You're
someone,
wait, wait, wait. You're saying the
oh,
kids can do that. You're
yes,
not
the
saying your
kids.
nonprofit is trying. Okay, so
No, the
I
nonprofit wants
I don't
this to
want people to
happen.
think the nonprofit is doing
No,
something
no, no, no,
crazy.
no. What I'm
Yeah,
saying is that if we can, we we want
teach
to
the
make the world,
kids how to.
us as a nonprofit want to make the world a little better.
Right,
And the way you do that is with one kid at a time, with one
right,
person at a time. When
right,
I
right,
give food away, we're not giving it to a big group. We're giving it to one person. We're talking to them. We're
right,
able to
right,
find out,
right. Person
what
by
they're
person.
going through, what
Yeah,
was happening.
yeah.
And with that information, we take it, we find out how we can improve. And one of the things that I've learned during the year that we've been giving away food and stuff is that there is a lack of being able to take this food and do something with it because you're not giving them the tools. You're not giving them the knowledge to do anything with this. You can
Right,
just eat, right? You eat the
right,
food, but you
right.
can't really, I'm not teaching them how to make the cookie, right? If I give them a cookie or a pastry, I'm not teaching them how to make it, but it helps them during that time. And in that moment, it gives them that energy they need to push forward.
Yeah, yeah. Because a lot of these kids don't have decent food. Obviously, I'm gonna
Exactly.
close it. I'm gonna close us out if I may,
Sure.
because we're over the time. But I do want to do another show, and I just have 1,000 things to ask you, but we'll figure it
Okay.
out. Folks, this is what is this show number 2 or 3?
Number two.
Number 2, and we're going to do another show today with Denise. Thank you all for listening and watching. We love you dearly. We'll be right back. Let me click my thing here like I always do.